You're welcome to yet another beautiful day, another beautiful time on this exportation business. Today, I will be pointing our attention to a very, very vital part of exportation. And this is how, that big how, the long-awaited for how to get buyers for our exports business. I'm going to start with a small-scale business, how to get buyers for your small-scale businesses. That is the mini exports, the ones that you don't really need so much of documentation. You can start by being a personal buyer. We'll start with that, and then later we'll progress strategically to large exportation. Okay? So, now that we have known exactly what small or mini exportation is, that is that exportation where you are just carrying little things and you are sending abroad. Double underline abroad. Remember, your customers are not here. Your customers are not next door. If they had been next door, they won't need you. So, your customers are abroad, and so you should be looking at abroad. Even though you are here in Africa, either you are in Nigeria, or you are in Ghana, or you are in Kenya, or you are in anywhere in Africa, your focus is on getting customers abroad, and so you will be looking out for them where they are, that is abroad. Now, how do you get them? I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering, how would I get them? The problem now is how to get customers. I'm going to be breaking this down for you in a very simple layman's language that will not be complicated at all, and that everybody will be able to do this. Okay? Number one, if you say, you cannot, like I said, our customers are abroad, because I'm also into exportation, and this is why this training is easy. It's easier for us to go through, because we are talking to you in the place of experience. I know it is said that experience is the best teacher. Okay? So when we are talking to you about what we know, what we've gone through, what has worked for us, what did not work, so that you don't fall into the same pit. So when you want to get your customers, remember, they are outside the country. We cannot go one-on-one and start saying, come and buy, but we have to reach them. And the very first place we want to be thinking about is the internet. So definitely, that was why in the free class, you were told that one of the key things you will need to do exportation is internet. So you must have an internet access. And of course, you are watching now because you even have data. Okay, so it's very important, and your customers will always get across to you by internet. Most of the time, they will send you emails or text messages. They will hardly send you SMS. But when you are sending WhatsApp to is a text. But SMS, that is the short messaging, is very rare. So you will either have emails or WhatsApp when they get familiar with you, or when you get familiar with them. So internet is a must-have. And then you must be noticeable on Google. So you need to find a way to put your business on Google Business, so that when, like for instance, if I'm telling you to come and do this and you pay me this much, you want to find out who truly is talking to you. So it's normal for them to want to see you, to want to know who you are, to want to know what you have been doing. So they will go check you online. So your social media handles are also key. You must have great social media handles. When you are on Facebook, make sure that your Facebook is speaking to your business. When you are on LinkedIn, make sure that your LinkedIn is speaking to your business. If what I did was, because before I started exportation, I was doing importation. So importation doesn't really matter. I mean, they don't need to know my pedestal before, because I'm the one paying, you know. So my Facebook, my personal Facebook account is everything that I am. It's not bad. I am an entrepreneur, I'm a sociable person, I'm a family person, so everything is there. Okay? But at the advent of exportation, I had to go and do another page, you know, that speaks directly to what I'm doing. So this doesn't stop my personal life, but then it enhances my exportation life, if we want to put it that way. So you too may have to do that. When people get to your Facebook or any social media handle, they must be able to see you. They must be able to see who you are. They must be able to trust you, that yes, this person is trustworthy. Because when you are doing small scale exports, you are expected to be paid upfront. You're not going to be able to release goods to people that have not paid, because just as we have bad eggs here, they also have, as a matter of fact, rotten eggs. So it's not that, oh, it's us that we are not trustworthy and they are very trustworthy. No. You must make sure that your money is in your account, you know. Your money is in your account, and then you can release goods to them. Okay? So, now, if you want to narrow it down, I've talked to you about advertisements before, but I want you to know that this is very, very important. It is very important. Everything, once you start this business, everything about your life is now an advertisement about your business. So when they get to your page, they must see what you do. You know, this will build trust. Make sure also that when you are advertising or you are putting anything out, you may not spend money on paid adverts for now, but this is like what this video is actually about, where you will go to get those who will buy your stuff. So most of us are on Facebook, but most of us are there just to gossip, just to look at what they are doing, to look at who is trending, to look at who they are dragging. But right now, when you are starting this business, you need to now be intentional about the groups you join, about where you go. Now, to get those who will need your commodities, who will need your foodstuffs, who will need those your small gari, ofada rice, palm oil, honey, even fashion accessories, and even sometimes your gemstones. But we'll get to all of those when we get to big exportation. Now, for this small exportation, you will have to look on all the social media pages for Nigerians in diaspora. These are the people that needs what you want to sell. They are the people that will eat what you have. So you will need to go and join the groups of Nigerians in diasporas on Facebook, on all the social media handles that you can find them. And then you will now narrow them down to where you have Nigerians, Africans, shops. The concentration, where the concentration, because if you just say, oh, Nigerians in diaspora, okay, so they are in Canada, they are in the US, they are in London, you know, and this is what you want to do. And those spaces are too big, they are too wide, so you won't be able to get appropriate people to do what you need to do. So what you have to do is to go online. When you get there, look for Nigerians in diaspora. Then you narrow down your search to where you have concentration of Africans or Nigerians if you want to cut your niche. Okay? You can even go to where Yorubas are many, or where you have Igbos, or where you have many Hausas, is also possible. And then these are the places you will join, and then you start, before you start doing your paid advert, which I will advise that you also grow to do, because I know that some of you are in this class because you saw our adverts. Some of you are here because you've always known me to be a trainer and all of that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to cut the trust of those that you are going to sell to. So you must make yourself to be trustworthy. And many ways of doing this is for you to be amongst them. Don't forget that I've already told you that you need to have a page that speaks to what you are doing, on Facebook especially. Then by the time you are now joining these communities, you will put we are going to teach you also how to do your flyers. Okay? And if you cannot do your flyers by yourself, I do mine by myself, and they are great. But sometimes when I'm very busy, of course, you know also that I run Cofsol, which is a branding company, so I'm in safe hands. So we have graphic artists that can do this. But this is the exportation part of my business. It's not actually Cofsol's business. So when they are not free, when they are very busy, I get to do the flyers by myself, or I employ somebody, a professional, to do it for me, and I pay. Okay? So because I need to separate the businesses, I need to separate myself from the business and the business from myself. All right, so we'll also teach you how to do flyers. And what you do when you get to those communities is that you start putting out your flyers. On these your flyers, you have your contact addresses, you have what you are interested in. By now, you should know what you are interested in exporting. There should be no guesswork. You're not going to start thinking, okay, because OK is doing fashion accessories, I want to do that as well. No. You need to follow your passion. You do what you like to do, number one, and then you do what will sell. And I hope you also know that the spiritual controls the physical. You also need to take it to God and get your peace about what you want to export. Okay? So when you get there, you put this out, you let them know that this is who you are, you are a personal shopper, you can help them get things. This is what I do, and this is what I'm telling you. You can help them shop for their foodstuffs, and you can even help them get gift sets. Like a lot of people, you saw all the things that I've been putting on the platforms for the free training. These are the things we've done before. A lot of people have their children's weddings over there, and they are Nigerians. It's our culture to give out gifts at parties. They don't know where to get these things. It's very expensive if they want to do abroad. So you can go there and let them know that you can help them to do this. So you get ideas of what can be distributed at these parties, branded, and then you ship to them. I've already told you that we have an in-house shipper, and many more are coming on board. So you ship door to door for them, but as a small-scale exporter who do not have the regular documents, you need to collect your money up front. So this is why you need also to have their trust. You would always put in your flyers, don't do flyers without an address, because they also want, as you are busy doing due diligence, for people that you are patronizing, people also will do due diligence when they want to patronize you. It's just normal. It's nothing out of place. It's normal. So they will do their due diligence. They will look. They may send people. Don't think that, okay, because they are abroad, how would they get me? Then you now go and put one inexistent address. Please don't do that. Don't do that at all. People will need to find you trustworthy so that they can trust their money to you, and they know that you will deliver. Another way of currying their trust is when you do adverts a lot, paid adverts. You know what it is? When people drink some soda because of the adverts. It's not because they know that it will do them any good. you know. But because the adverts are just pumping back to back at their faces, they'll look at it, okay, this sounds familiar, this looks familiar, and they just take it. And then sometimes when you even get to parties or outings and they give you some of the not too familiar drinks, you look at them and you put them down because you don't trust them. It's the same thing. So when you do adverts back to back, they will have met you online several times, and it's easier for them to trust you. And then when you put your addresses, even if they are not going to send anybody to check, if they are not coming to check, put your address, your physical address, not only your virtual addresses, your physical address, so that if they choose to come or if they choose to send somebody, it will be okay. And if you also notice that your clients are feeling somehow, they don't want to release funds to you, they are thinking that, oh, maybe you won't supply these things or whatever, then there's something we call escrow. The escrow can come in between the two of you, and there are many of them. We'll also be introducing you to this during the course of the training. But don't forget that what I'm trying to get across right now is how you get your customers, how we have been getting customers. And this is a sure strategy that I'm telling you online. So you go on the internet, you check out where Nigerians are or Africans are in the world, in the whole wide world. Then you narrow it down to what you want to sell. Like, where do they eat this? You know, African stores in Texas. Everything, the world is now a very small village. It's a global village right now, and you can get all of this. This you do by yourself, and you will understand what I'm saying, because we are going to give you also as an assignment. I'm going to give you list of those you can send your products to. There's no doubt about that, because we promise that and we'll deliver. Okay? But you need to do this by yourself. Nobody's going to, you remember, it's your business, and nobody is going to be able to do your business better than you would do it. So you will narrow it down. That's one way of doing this. And I told you also, try and get Google My Business, so that when they are looking for you online, you will be searchable on Google. You will be very, very searchable. So you can do that. Make sure that you are searchable. Make sure that your pages on all your social media, it doesn't matter if you don't have a website for now. No, it doesn't really matter. But make sure that you are into business, so you should be able to have a business WhatsApp. As a matter of fact, Telegram also has started business Telegram, although theirs are paid for, but it's a whole lot of value adding. Okay, so you go on the internet, you can use Google search, make sure that your business is searchable, and then go on the pages of Facebook and go in the communities that you know will need what you have. Okay, let them know that this is who you are. You're a personal shopper, and you can export so and so there. For me, apart from being a personal shopper, I also target big stores. You know, like for instance in Houston, you have some big places where it's actually the wholesalers alone that they are allowed to buy things. They have them all over Texas, all over the US, you know, even in the UK. So it's only the wholesalers that they would allow to come in there to buy. I can't just stroll in there and say I want to buy one packet of this. So, and you must put at the back of your mind that some people supply those things. Some people supply, so you can target such markets as well. You can target such markets as well. Okay? For you to get buyers, apart from you having this page, it doesn't really matter whether you have 1 million followers or you have 1,000 followers or you have only 100 followers. What people will be looking out for is the quality of your page. In that your Facebook page, what do you have there? When I scroll through, am I going to see the pictures of what you said you are into? Or I'm going to see you posting all sort of people, all sort of videos that don't really concern you. You know, the kind of video that's even ordinarily, even if you are not doing business, shouldn't really be found with you. Is that what I'm going to find? And then I now go to another person's page who says he or she is doing the same thing like you are doing, and I see all the pictures, beans, yam, even while the person was at the shipper's place, while they are loading their containers and everything. Of course, I would trust such a person. I will trust such a person more than, in fact, I don't think I will trust you. So don't let me say more than I will trust the other people. I may not even trust you at all. Okay? And also, I need to let you know that there are contrabands. There are things that are not allowed in many countries. So it's not everything we want to ship that are actually allowed. So you have some things that are contraband. Now, this doesn't mean that they are not shipped, but they are contrabands. So when you have contrabands, you put your mind on it that maybe 60-40, 50-50, maybe it will get there, maybe it will not. But also, there are some shippers that contrabands are their specialties. The cargoes, they can take anything. But the truth of the matter is, when they take these things, are they going to land safely where you are sending them? Because that's another thing entirely. Are they going to land where you are sending them? So you need to put your mind at that as well. And when shippers are carrying contraband for you, they charge you more exorbitantly. The money they will charge will be higher than what it ought to be normally. I mean, for obvious reasons, because they are also taking some risk. Okay? Like, for instance, yam is a contraband in some countries. Some countries are they are more lenient. Canada is more lenient than United Kingdom. US is more lenient than UK. Canada is actually the most lenient out of the three. So sometimes certain things, when we are talking about contraband, okay, it doesn't mean that once it is contraband today, it must be contraband tomorrow. It must always be contraband. No. So sometimes it is contraband, but they remove it again. So today they are telling you that dry fish is contraband. And then tomorrow you find it on the list of exportable commodities. So you need to check. Remember, we are talking about how to get customers, and we need to also talk about what we are even taking to the customers. You need to check. And the best people to actually check with are the shippers, because they have this information, first-hand information about what is accepted and what is not. So you have to make them your friends. Sometimes also it is even the shippers themselves that won't ship certain things. Not even the countries. It's not that the countries are not taking it. It could be the shippers, the airlines that are saying, no, we don't take this. Of course, when you have liquid and all of that, it's a no-go area for some airlines if you are going, in fact, for most airlines, even during local flights. Most airlines will not take liquid commodities from you. So you need to find out before you ship. But everything and anything can be shipped. It all depends on the shipper you are using. Okay? So you can ship anything, but there are contrabands. And if you open your eyes wide and you ship contraband and they seize it over there, the shipping companies are not liable. Or the cargo, whoever took these things, they are not liable. And it's either they return your goods to you, you pay for the return, or it's destroyed. So this is what it is. You need to look at what you want to send to be on a very safe side. If you know you are a conservative entrepreneur, just stay by what is allowed and make sure you are getting this list updated. Like I said, contraband list is not permanent, it's not fixed. It's not something that you can say, okay, yam is a contraband to Canada, Gary is a contraband to this, and then that it stays a contraband forever. No. Okay, so this is it. On the platform, we'll be doing a whole lot more. If you do not know how to do advertisements of your goods, you need to learn. We have some in-house people that can teach you. You must learn how to make your flyers. Remember what I told you you'll be using flyers for. And if you don't know how to do your adverts, you can get professionals to do your adverts. Even me, I try to do my adverts for myself, but most of the time I give professionals to do, and I pay, because you're not going to be able to do everything now. And they even know how to divert the adverts to the people, to the niche to which it is needed, to the demography that it is needed. If you want to send foodstuffs that only the Asians eat, they know where they live, they know where to put the advert, they know how to get them. So sometimes it's always better to go by the professionals. Okay, so like I said, we will be back on the platform, and of course we'll give you all the lists. We'll give you the list of customers, people that can buy these things, people that have been patronizing us, the list with their contacts, the phone number, to the details. We're going to give you all of these things, but on the platform. All right, see you in the next video.